Alrighty. Okay. All right. Today I thought we would do twists, and really twist. Using the oblique, opening up the back, like the low to mid back. So the more we have to use our obliques in our core and crunch, the more we open up our low back. We'll do some interesting twists. Funny enough, both Jonathan and Edna's class this week kind of aligned by serendipitously, around twists. So there you go. So that's what we're gonna do today. If I remember what we did this week. Oh goodness. The time of year where the sun is like glaringly through the window, and we'll get warm. All right. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and start on our back rocking, just massaging out the low back and just warming up. You can roll around like a ball. Maybe you roll around side to side. We're just bringing some circulation and some movement around, because circulation is important, and it is rather chilly this Saturday morning. It seems the sun's out. It's beautiful. The weather's been beautiful, and we've just been going down to Almond Elementary to avoid people and play on the playground. So maybe we'll probably do that after yoga. We'll go this morning and go down there. All right, hug the right knee into the chest, extend the left leg out long. We're going to add components of internal and external rotation today, and twisting, and really find our core. So go ahead and take the right knee across the body to the left. Give it a nice low back stretch. Oh, open up the side body, opening up the obliques. Hugging the right knee to the chest, and then taking tree pose and really opening up. Oh, what would this be? Oh, what are we opening up? It's external. We're opening up our internal rotators. There we go. So, kind of opening up. So you can use the back of your right hand to press and open up your inner right thigh. And notice if you can get your glute to unclench, right? So like we can clench to open up even more because you're pulling on it, or you can release that and just finding different muscles to open. Now go ahead, your right leg is an external rotation. And so trace your big right toe. Your big right toe is on the inside of the left thigh. You want to trace your big right toe down the inside of your left leg. So if I draw all the way down something to like a very low tree, and then point the knee up towards the sky, and then pull and trace the toe up your inner left leg, and then open up to tree, and then trace your toe all the way down your leg, and then point your knee up and pull the toes up your inside of your thigh. And then you're just basically going to circle. You're just going to continue that pattern. And so it's an opening in the hip. And then we're internally rotating our right leg. We're externally rotating our right leg as we draw it down. We're internally rotating our right leg as we draw the toe up. And now reversing direction, your right knee is pointed up to the sky, your right toes are on the inside of the left thigh, and you're going to straighten out the legs, right? So you straighten out the right leg, you're going to externally rotate, and you're going to draw the big right toe back up the leg. Take the right knee to the sky, straighten out your right leg as you trace your big toe down, open up the knee, and draw it right back up. And we're going to switch sides. Hug the left knee into the chest, extend the right leg out long. Cross the left knee across the right side of your body. Take a big twist. Twist, twist. Oh. And then come and take reclined tree and give it a moment to allow gravity to open up the inner thigh. Notice if you can unclench your butt cheek, unclench your glutes. And just allow gravity to just kind of open up the hips. Extend and pull your left hip down towards your feet. So instead of having that left hip hiked up, you want to have your left hip pulling down towards your feet. Now trace the big left toe down your inner right thigh, keeping your left knee open, and point it up towards the sky and draw it in. Open into tree, draw the foot down, and really press into the toes. Press the toes into the inner thigh. It's going to activate different set of muscles. Knee up towards the sky, pull it in. Open up into tree, draw it down. Knee up into the sky, draw the toes up. Open, draw the toes down. Knee up, draw the toes up. Open, draw the toes down. Then we're going to reverse direction. Now we're going to draw the toes up, keeping the knee open, and really press the toes into the thigh. That's going to activate very different muscles. Draw the toes down, open up into the tree, draw the toes up. Knee up to the sky, draw the toes down. Draw the toes up as you open it up. And release, rock it out. Take happy baby. Oh, take happy baby. We're going to rock up into seated. It's a bit chilly. I don't know about you, it's a bit chilly this morning. I'm going to get rolling and to get moving, and then we'll come back to some of our core work. So come into all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And we're going to flow and just get the body warm. I've got the heater going and it's still not enough. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Open and twist underneath your right arm, peekaboo. This is an external rotation in that right leg, internal rotation in the left leg. We're going to internally rotate our right leg so the toes are pointing down, right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling, coming all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky, and close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up, exhale, plant the hands. Step it back, knees, chest, chin. Roll the shoulders back and down. Cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Peekaboo, twist underneath your left arm. Externally rotate your left leg. Now internally rotate your left leg. Point the left toes down. Squeeze the inner thighs, left foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling, coming all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky and close the pose. I have to get my hair out of the way. Okay, inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Lower down. Inhaling up, cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Externally rotate the right leg, internally rotate the left leg. Open up. Send your right foot way back behind your left hand. So like back leg, not back where the foot is going, but like back to the left side of your body. Right foot internally rotate. Squeeze the inner thigh. Right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up. Close the pose. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhaling, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up towards the sky. Twist. Externally rotate through the left leg. Internally rotate through the left leg, point it down, squeeze the inner thighs, left foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, send the right foot back. Drop the back knee down. Inhale. Forward, up and back. Oh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, toss back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, toss back. You really want to open up the psoas right here. Oof. Windmill the hands down, step it back. High plank, lower down knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot comes up towards the sky. Externally rotate, twist open. Internally rotate, squeeze the inner thighs. Right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. Reach up, toss back. Reach up, toss back. Reach up, toss back. Reach forward. Windmill the hands down. Pop the back knee off the mat. Is that the dog? Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. I hear somebody whining. I can't tell if it's my dog or my kids. Inhaling all the way back up. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot back. Drop the back knee down. Inhale. Forward, up and back. Right hand finds the left wrist. We're going to pull up and toss back. Pull up, toss back. Pull up, toss back. Windmill the hands down. Step it back, high plank, lower down. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot comes up towards the sky. External rotation. Internal rotation. Left foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. Left hand finds the right wrist. Lift up, toss back. Lift up, toss back. Square the hips. Toss, lift up, toss back. Slowly neutralize your spine. Windmill the hands down. Tuck the back knee under. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. Close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, come on up, forward, up and back. Left hand finds the right wrist. We're going to side bend. So we're going to side bend over to the left. I'm going to side bend over to the left. Roll your right rib cage up so you can feel the stretch. Now take your rib cage and take the twist, runner, low lunge twist to the left. Oh. You twist open. Optionally, you could pop the back knee off the mat for a crescent lunge twist. Squeeze the inner thighs together for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Neutralize through the spine. Plant the hands down. Step it back, high plank. Lower down. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes. Press it back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Twisting under. Peekaboo. Internal rotation of the right leg. Right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend over to the right. So my right hand is fighting my left wrist. I'm side bending to the right. I'm anchoring through my left knee. And then taking the twist. So low lunge twist. So first twist, instead of trying to get the tricep down, you want to lift and scoop, crunch and twist, and then you can get that rotation after you crunch. You can come into a crescent lunge twist for 4, squeeze the inner thighs, 3, 2, and 1. Windmill the hands down, pop the back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands down, left foot back. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. We're going to interlace the fingers. We're going to find, let's see. We're going to find the right wrist. We're going to find the right wrist, roll the shoulders back and down. We're gonna walk the right foot out a little wider and then come down for humble warrior. Lifting the hands off the back as high as they will go. And release. Plant the hands down. Tuck the right shoulder under. Walk the hands out into a T and round your back. Really crunch and round. Smash the right thigh into your right rib cage. You're going to feel your right oblique. Plant the hands down, step it back, high plank. Lower down. And press it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. External rotation, peekaboo, twist underneath. Internal rotation, left toes point down. Left foot in between the hands, runner's lunge, drop the back knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. Find the right hand, left wrist, reach and pull. Reach and pull. Walk the left foot out to the side. Come down and round, crunch. Smash your left rib cage or left thigh, inner thigh to your left rib cage. Release, tuck the left shoulder behind the left knee, walk the hands out, crunch. So we're really trying to round the lower back. And plant the hands down. Come to all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Internal rotation in both legs gets you your deeper down dog. Can you internally rotate both legs so toe knuckles touch, heels apart? Internally rotate both legs and see if you can get deeper into your down dog. Drop the knees down, come have a seat. We're going to come into boat or a seated V twist, maybe. That's what it's called. Roll your shoulders back and down. Come into a boat. Lift your hands up high. If you would like to, you can put a block in between your ankles and lift it up high. We're going to take the hands and reach over to the left. So reach forward and over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward into the left. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward into the left. Inhale, reach forward into the left. And release. Release, release. Just to get the obliques. Good morning. Boat, V sit, we're going to reach over to the right. So squeeze the block or not, lift the block into a V. Arms up into Navasana, hands reaching over to the right and lift. So we're lifting our feet and reach over to the right as high as we can. And reach over to the right. Oh. And reaching over to the right. Last one. And reaching over to the right. Oh. Okay. Come into Batakanas and Butterfly and flap it out. Maybe the butterfly, we're flapping. I don't know where we're going. But we're going somewhere. Okay, side bending it over, left hand down, right hand reaches over. Left hand reaches over. Really anchor your side bend over to the right, anchor your right hip down, or sorry, side bend over to the left, anchor your right hip down. Side bend over to the left, anchor your side bend to the right, anchor your left hip down. Okay. Adding on, we're going to roll the shoulders back and down. Plant your hands behind your hips. We're going to lift the hips. So press the knees apart. So we're in an elevated hip Badakanasana and just come down. All right, so plant the hands. It's a different muscle. It's a different muscle. What muscle is that? You're going to press your feet together. Press the soles of the feet together and then press it down. Lift your hips. So press the sole of the feet together, activates your inner thigh or activates something. And then come down. Press the soles of the feet together, press the toes really together,
lift the hips, and press it down. Okay, adding on, one leg is an external rotation, the other leg will straighten and go into internal rotation. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to press the toes together, Badakanasana, butterfly pose. Lift. Now straighten the right leg forward and internally rotate. And then bring it back and set it down. And then, yeah, we'll do that. Let's just do that before we add on. So roll the shoulders back and down, press the hands behind your hips. Lift, press the soles of the feet together, straighten your left leg, internally rotate your left leg. Bring it back to Badakanasana, set it down. So one leg is internal, one leg is external. Your soles of the feet and the toes are pressing, super active. Lift, straighten your right leg, internally rotate your right leg, bring it back, sit it down. Press the soles of the feet together, get you wider in your Badakanasana. Lift the hips, straighten the left leg, internally rotate through the left leg, and then set it down. Side bend over to the left. Come back. Press the soles of the feet together, Badakanasana. Lift, straighten the left leg, internal rotation, bring it back, side bend over to the right. Lift, straighten the right leg, internal rotation, bring it back, side bend to the left. Lift, straighten, down, right. Lift, straighten, down, stretch left. Lift, straighten, down, right. Lift, straighten, down, side bend left. All right, let's come into all fours. Never done that before until last week. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Your hip should feel like it has a little bit more space, but it's kind of like a weird feeling space because like I've never done this before. So we're creating space, Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge, back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling, coming all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Hands to center, take the twist over to the right. We're going to twist, twist, twist. For 4, 3, 2, internal rotation of both legs. 1, forward fold. Plant the hands, step it back, high plank, lower down. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Oh, twist. Twist it open. Does that feel good or what? External rotation of that right leg. Opening up the oblique, internal rotation. Right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Pop the back foot in closer. We're going into revolve triangle. Revolve triangle, left hand down. From the belly, twist. Twist, twist. We're going to get deeper into that outer right hip. Right, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to shift the weight forward to revolved half moon. Revolved half moon. Internal rotation of both legs. Internal rotation of both legs. Right here, internal rotation of both legs. When you do that, you get deeper into your right hip. You're stretching deeper into your right hip when you internally rotate both legs. Now inhale, we're going to come on up, left knee into the chest. Left knee into the chest. Toss the right arm behind you. We're going to open up that oblique. Opening up the oblique. We're going to take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee and twist. You're going to smash the left knee into the right elbow and twist, twist, twist. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend that left leg forward. So you're into like a hand. It's Hasta Padangusthasana, variation C. Right, so we're going to twist, twist, twist. And we're going to transition to eagle pose. So inhale, cross the left leg behind the right, internal rotation, or left arm under. Four, three, two, one. Lift the left knee, send it back. You're in crescent lunge with eagle arms. Lift up, elbows up, forearms away. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And take the elbows to the outside of the right foot leg, and you're in crescent lunge twist. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Windmill the hands down, step back, high plank. Lower down. Roll the shoulders back and down. Up dog, down dog. Figure out what is fatigued. Ooh, we use a lot of leg muscles there. Okay, right leg in towards the sky. External rotation opens up the oblique. Internal rotation points the toes down. Right foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. And just hang. We use a lot of our hamstring, our right hamstring. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. Putting hands up towards the sky, close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Lower down. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Left foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat. We're going to come in chair pose. Chair pose. Take the twist over to the left. Chair pose, twisting over to the left. Pry the arms apart for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back, high plank. Lower down. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up towards the sky. Left foot in between the hands, runner's lunge. Revolve triangle. So take the feet out wider. Take the right hand down. Find the twist. Revolve. Squeeze the inner thighs. So your right leg is an internal rotation. Your left leg is an external rotation. It's isometric, right? We're not actually moving anywhere, but that is a sensation. That should get you deeper. That should get you way deeper into your revolve triangle. You're going to take the block forward into revolved half moon. Revolved half moon is both legs internally rotate. Revolved half moon, both legs internally rotate. Open up through that chest for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right knee to the chest. Toss the left arm overhead. You're opening up that oblique before you do that crunch and twist. So we're going to take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee and smash it. Smash it. Like really squeeze left elbow to right knee and twist. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the left foot, the right foot. Hand to foot pose and take the twist. So left hand to the right foot, internal rotation of the legs. And where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? I don't know where we went from here. We went somewhere. Oh, eagle. That's right. Eagle. Right over left, right arm under left, elbows up, forearms away. Squeeze, internal rotation. Lots of internal rotation. The more you internally rotate, that's your eagle. Internal rotation gets you your eagle. Inhale, lift, crescent lunge with eagle arms. Forearms away, elbows up. And then take it to the outside of the, what is this, the left leg for the twist. And release the arms, get into a deeper crescent lunge twist. Windmill the hands down, step it back. High plank, lower down, inhale, up dog, exhale, tuck the toes, press it back. Downward facing dog. So we're gonna find the wall, we're gonna do handstand, we're gonna do handstand with twist. Literally with a twist. So what we're gonna do, so you can come on down onto your knees, we're gonna find the wall, we're gonna do handstand, but we're gonna rotate, not your shoulders, we're gonna rotate your hips. So that when you twist, your right hip is like connected with the wall while your left hip is away from the wall, right? And then your hips, and then we're gonna twist the other way. You wanna do this in your obliques, right? Not in your shoulders. So you really wanna activate the obliques to get you twisting. And until you feel it, feels totally weird. Until you feel it, you just gotta try it. So here, if we're in handstand, right? Like all the stuff that we've been doing, like with Edna, we do all these like twists, like on the ground, right? Like we do arm balances, but with the twist. Okay. But then we want to twist the right hip towards the wall. We want to do this in our obliques, out of our shoulders. And twist. You're gonna have to push more. I'm twisting to the left. I'm gonna push more into the left hand. Push equally into both hands, push more into the left hand and twist from the obliques. So it's a very different sensation when you're doing a balance and twisting in the air. So just try that, just to kind of just find the muscles, just to find those muscles. So the most important part is that you push firmly into both hands. And as you start to twist, you will need to push more into one hand to maintain the balance. But it is like totally weird because you're upside down and you're trying to twist. And so, I mean, obviously the world is literally upside down. Yeah, so we're upside down and we're twisted. So either Anjali, if you can get your hands closer to the wall, because you're a bit like you're bowing at the wall, so it's gonna be harder to twist because your feet are actually behind your hips quite a bit. Yeah, so the closer you get to the wall, then the closer like your alignment for the twist will be. Otherwise, you know, if you're further away from the wall and you're trying to twist, it might strain your back instead of getting to the obliques. Right. So push your chest through your arms first, then twist. And that will get your balance. And that just starts to get your those obliques. Okay. So now, since we found them, right, in an arm balance, upside down, you know, we can kind of feel like, okay, those are very different muscles to use. So actually come into a low squat. We'll come into a low squat and we'll come and take the twist over to the right. All right, arm behind you. Twist to the right, left forearm to the outside of your right thigh. Yeah. We're going to twist, twist, twist. Now we're going to go to Dvipada. What is it? Dvipada Bakasana? Dvipada Bakasana, maybe? No. What is this? Dvipada Kuniyasana or Dvipada? It's two-legged side crane. Side crane, whatever side crane is. All right, Parsa Bakasana. There we go. I'm like, or something, Parsa Bakasana. So the key here for side crane, right? This is first is that the knees are bent, right? So we're in crane or crow crane, right? And so the thing I learned this week, which I didn't know, right? I've always been doing side crane with my, and this is, I think this is actually a difference between Edna and Jonathan. So I've always done the side crane, right? Like try to get the elbow as much up to the thigh as possible, but Parspa Bakasana, and which is, I guess, instead of Dvipada something, which I can't remember now. Dvipada means two legs. Parspa Bakasana, side crane, is that your elbow, your knee, or the up like around the knee area is more on the tricep and less in the middle, and you're more like rounded, like super duper rounded. So we'll see if I can do this. We'll see. Okay. So I'm super duper rounded and I'm more onto my right hip is not sitting on my right elbow. And I'm like supposed to be like super duper rounded and lifted and my hips up high for Parspa Bakasana. So it's like a super duper crunch, right? Those V-sits, those V-sits to the side, like that crunch, super crunch into a Bakasana. Right, but it's on the side, so my knee or the fleshy part of the outside of my knee is like on my tricep, and the higher up that goes on my tricep, the better. So it's higher up on the tricep is Parspa Bakasana, and not so much higher up on the leg, which is different, right? So that was a key distinction in Parspa Bakasana, so that the knee, this knee part is more on the tricep and less like resting on the thigh. So super duper round and hips up high. And I'm crunching my obliques a lot. Let's see. Yeah. That's it, Anjali. Yeah. And then round your back. Round, like crunch, like super crunch. And I wonder, actually, I'm trying this. I wonder what happens if we internally rotate our legs. You know, because when I internally rotate my legs, and I have no idea if that's right. It feels right, but we'll see. But I feel like if I internally rotate my legs, oh, there we go. Yep, I get more lift. Yeah. So when you're in Parspa, internally rotate your legs. You're not going to move, right? It's isometric. But I felt like my hips lifted up a little bit higher because guess what? I'm using more muscles. Right? I'm using more muscles. Okay. All right, so we did that. Dvipada, two-legged Dvipada, and I forget if it's Bakasana or Kuniyasana. So what we'll do is it's a little different. So we're gonna go both legs straight, and we're gonna go up higher on the thigh, and we're gonna go both legs straight, kick that way. Both legs straight. Oh God. Okay. Both legs straight, kick, pull. Both legs straight and kick that way. So in order to do that, you want to get higher up on the thigh Like, so your tricep is way up high on the thigh. You're gonna need to scoot your feet out, but twist more. So the more that you twist, and the more you internally rotate around your back, internally rotate around your back. That gets you to Dvipada, something, something. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And the more you internally rotate your legs, the higher your hips go. Funny how that works, like, right? Like you activate your muscles and the higher the hips go. Okay, awesome. So you should be feeling real good. All fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Your right side should feel like a foot longer than your left side. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. I'm gonna flip around so you can see me. We're gonna do side angle. Drop the back heel down and do some side angle right here. So right knee goes forward, my hip drops, I can open more. Open, open, open. Turn the toes and heels out, wide-legged forward fold. Last week we did a lot of compression and Uday got a little bit of lift. We missed some Uday. He got a little bit of lift in his straddle press, which is always exciting. We're compressing into a sandwich. We're using our obliques asymmetrically today. So from here, we're going to go to tripod. We're going to go to tripod headstand, and we're going to do like, I forget what it's, I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know what it has a name. But we're going to go into tripod, and we're going to take our legs, we're going to split them, and we're going to rotate them like a helicopter. So what do I mean by that? And if you want, you might want to, where's my towel? You might want to maybe cushion your head in your tripod, or not, but in your tripod. So tripod, easy peasy, no problem, right? Internal rotation. If you internal rotation in the legs. If you want a reminder of what internal rotation is, you can eagle cross them, right, as a reminder. Now you want to do split leg, squeeze the elbows together, and you want to take the bottom leg across and twist, like kind of similar muscles that we were doing in handstand. And then ultimately, you would land, well, let me try with my strap. Actually, let's try it with the knees together first. I forgot to do that one. Let me try it with the knees together. Okay, so basically you're doing Parspa Bakasana. You're doing the same muscles as Parspa Bakasana, yeah? So if you're here, and you're here, and you twist, and you land your knee on your tricep, like this, right? So essentially you're in Parspa Bakasana. And if you can tip yourself back, you would end up in Parspa Bakasana, right? So no, I do not expect you to get it today because I can't really get it either. But it's something that we're working on, and a strap really helps if you want to do that, right? Because we all know how to do tripod. That would be boring if we just kept on doing tripod all day. So we got to spice it up. So we're in tripod. You're in tripod. Well, tuck, and then just take the knee, right? Essentially, this is your Bakasana, your Parsa Bakasana. And if you move your hips and tip back, then you can perhaps rock yourself back into Parspa. It is a lot of core. When you start, it's more like a tipping thing because you just kind of tip yourself backwards with a lot of pushing with your arms forward. And then as you get more coordinated and stronger, as we all do that, then you can maybe end up in Parspa Bakasana. Yeah. So tripod, the strap helps. Knees tuck, tricep, core. Oh. Yep. It's probably because I'm not activated. My serratus is not activated. I'm kind of like being probably super lazy with the muscles. I'll bet you anything. I'll tell you my inner thighs. I forgot to activate my inner thighs. So that was where we were at. Totally forgot to activate my inner thighs. I have to activate my serratus, right? Inner thigh serratus. Oh, one day. But we're using the muscles. You can feel that there's a lot of work that needs to be done, right? Okay. All right, well, we need to do the other side, right? Yeah, other side. Other side, low lunge twist. Low lunge twist. So other side, so in a low lunge, or not low lunge, low squat, we got Parsa Bakasana on the other side, right? Twist. So we'll just start out with a nice, easy twist. Serratus, trapezius activation, inner thigh. So super important to internally rotate both inner thighs. That'll get you that lift and that strength. It's like a booster. It's literally like a little booster, energy booster, which I could use a shot of coffee right now. Pandemic sucks. I can't sleep. Like I wake up at 4 every day and I just can't sleep. Okay, so now Parspa Bakasana. Parspa Bakasana. Side crane. Here is where is going to connect onto the tricep. You can also use a strap for this if you like. Plant the hands down like chaturanga, scoop the feet back, internally rotate the legs. So a way to think about it is that if I internally rotate the legs, I actually get my, right, like if you do Dvipada, the legs go out this way and there's plenty of room. Parsa Bakasana is different in that your hips should be high enough so that if I straighten up the legs, my feet would hit the ground, right? So that's kind of the, so like your, like where the shelf is and where your knee is, the trajectory is like the feet, if you straighten it, it would go to the ground. The only way that I can figure out how to lift up higher is if I think about internally rotating my legs, like magically, my hips go up higher. Funny how that works, right? So if I get into Parspa and I internally rotate my legs, it rotates and lifts my hips up higher. So there's that. What do we do after that? Oh, tripod. Okay. I don't feel like we need to do side angle. We can do side angle. We can come into all fours. Oh no, we didn't do Dvipada. That's right, we didn't do Dvipada. I was like, oh, I thought there's something, we're missing something. Okay, Dvipada. So Dvipada is different, right? Parspa Bakasana is we're here. Dvipada, we want to get, we don't want this hip onto an elbow. We still want this hip free, right? But we want to get the tricep higher up on the thigh, like mid thigh. Because we do want the legs to shoot straight out and pointy. Wow. Now, if you've got Dvipada and you're like, this is super easy, Dvipada. What's the next one? After Dvipada, then you could lift the top leg up towards the sky. If you're like, I'm totally bored with Dvipada. All right, so you could do Dvipada. Oh. If you were like being super adventurous, and when you lift the leg up, internal rotation of the leg. That is some different muscle. Oh, what muscle that is. That would be our internal rotators. That's a muscle I haven't felt before. Okay, so if we're done with Dvipada, then we can go back to our tripod. Options. Tripod eagle legs, right? That gets us into our internal rotation. Tripod knees tuck, landing on the opposite elbow, right? If you would like, a strap sometimes helps, sometimes, right? Because what it does is it prevents you from your elbow splaying. So if you serratus on, trapezius on, elbows pulling together, internal rotation of the legs. On. There we go. See what happens when I turn on all my muscles? Magically it works. All right. So the first go around, I was like, okay, I'm going to stack my knees onto my tricep. I'm going to push myself up. That didn't work. I'm like, huh, maybe I should remind myself to turn on my muscles. So serratus on, trapezius on, squeezing the elbows together, internal rotation. At least I can get up. Okay. Then if like, you're like, that's boring. Then you can use the same action, except for with your legs straight. You take the bottom leg and you try to land it onto the tricep, and that gets you your Kuniyasana 1. Yeah, maybe in a few months. Maybe in a few months. So you can either do with your knees tucked with the twist, or you can split your legs, one leg up, one leg down, and then like you're holding the big Atlas, like Atlas, the god, holding the world. And you twist, crossing this over, and not falling on the butt. Let's see what we got here. Tripod, squeeze your elbows together, Charlie. Squeeze your elbows together. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Nice eagle. Yeah. Squeeze your elbows together. Nice. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's your obliques. That's like, 80% of the way is just getting the twist, right? Getting the twist. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's it. So yeah, you take the bottom leg across and just bring it across. That's it. That's it. You bring it across to the opposite elbow. So that left leg, you're going to go to that right elbow. So the opposite elbow, which is like the super tough one. Because one, you're upside down, right? So like literally everything is like, I don't know which way is which. So the bottom leg, right? This is my bottom leg. I want to bring it across my body. And when I kick, think about kicking your wrist. Think about kicking your wrist. Right. And then eventually will land on here. So if we were going to do Kuniyasana 1 straight out, not coming from upside down, right? It would be what we were doing with this twist, right? It's this twist. And instead you would straighten out the bottom leg and lift the top leg, right? That's what we're doing upside down from a tripod. So you could try that first. Or we did a lot of twisting. Hello, Uday. But since Uday got here, we got to show him what we did, right? Since Uday just got here, we got to show him all the fun we had and what we were doing. So since Uday is like always rocking Kuniyasana 1, I think we should have Uday help us with Kuniyasana 1. So let's start with our low lunge. Sorry, not a low lunge, a low squat. Right. And this time we'll do Kuniyasana 1. And then we'll make Uday tripod into Kuniyasana 1. And he's like, what? I just got here. You can watch the recording later and do the first part of it. Okay, so we're in a low lunge. Now, when I take Jonathan's classes, the first thing we don't get a warm up. We just like, go into handstand and start twisting. I'm like, oh, okay. Right. So we're in a twist. This is the one that's going to go up the thigh, right? Not Parsa Bakasana. This is the one that's going to go up the thigh. And we're going to do Kuniyasana 1. So the bottom leg kicks that way and the top leg kicks behind. And I can't remember if it's internal or external rotation. So bottom leg kicks that way. Scary toes, right? And so you're in this deep twist. Now what happens if you put your head down into tripod, right? Now you're just in tripod and now you can work your way back, right? That's tripod to Kuniyasana transition. Yeah, so now you feel where the end destination is. That's Kuniyasana 1, which I think all of us can pretty much get with not too much, right? It's not like, oh, something like really hard. Now, all you did was put your head down, stack your hips up. That's your tripod, right? So Uday, we started with tripod. So you do your Kuniyasana 1, Uday. You get that into your body. And then we work it backwards. We go tripod, leg twist, put the leg on the tricep, pop yourself into Kuniyasana 1. Remember first, serratus on, trapezius on. Squeeze the elbows together, then lift, then split, cross kick the toes to the wrist. And there's your Kuniyasana 1, sort of. So the key is that last part where the connection of the thigh to the tricep requires a lot of crunching. And you can't let go of the crunch. Internal rotation of the leg. This is a ton of internal rotation of this right leg. That's going to land on this thigh. Oh, oh. Okay, let's even out and do Kuniyasana 1 on the other side. And then I think that's a good amount of balance today, right? We did a lot. So for Uday, we will do Kuniyasana 1. So from a low squat, twist way up the thigh. Serratus, trapezius, elbow squeezing, internal rotation of the legs. That's all the crunching in our oblique. Then, Uday, if you want to take it to tripod, transition to Kuniyasana 1. So the key is that you're like,
looks
what?
a bit hard.
I just got here. Right? No. I mean, I can't get it either, but like, and then you can feel the muscle that's required, which is this kicking, like this kicking of the wrist. So we're here, right? Trapezius, serratus, squeeze, elbows squeeze together, then lift, internal rotation. Split the legs. Like you're holding a big yoga ball and you're rotating it. You're going to kick the left foot to your left wrist to the outside of your right hand. Right? I just can't like pause and stop, but that's your the practice for this is ridiculous. Like we had, what were we doing? It was like, I couldn't get it. Like, so we practiced it by standing on a block. We had our hands here. It was like a standing split. And then we were supposed to kick the right foot to the outside of the left hand, right? Which is like over here. And I'm like, I don't, like, there's a bunch of us who are like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Because I can't even get my leg to my right wrist, let alone to the outside of my left wrist. I can move it like this and I kill. Like that was the prep for it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't comprehend what you're asking me to do because my body doesn't work that way. But the key theme for today, so let's do good old Okay. I know, right? Well, oh, look at that, Charlie. He's getting it like more than I can. I'm like, I don't understand where you want my leg to go. I'm like, I do not understand how I'm supposed to get the foot to the outside of my opposite hand. Like, not comprehending that. So, but it's that muscle. And I'm like, I don't have that muscle. Okay, so let's just do crow with our newfound. Actually, let's do this let's do this again to remind ourselves of internal, external rotation while pushing our feet together. So we'll do this because then roll your shoulders back and down. We can all show you how we do this, right? Butterfly pose, external rotation of legs. We're going to smash our feet together, smash our toes together. So that turns on our inner thigh muscles, right? We're going to lift the hips. We're going to straighten our right leg and internally rotate the right straight leg while our left leg is externally rotating with the hips off the ground. And then we come back. And then we're going to lift, squeeze the toes together, internally rotate the left leg, right? So basically you're practicing your free leg internal rotation muscle. Lift, straighten, rotate, down. Squeeze the toes together, smash the toes together to lift to get those muscles to turn on, internally rotate, down. Squeeze feet, internal rotation of the free leg, down. Squeeze feet, internal rotation of the free leg, down. Now, how do we do this? Now, Parspa Bakasana in the clamshell. I think that's how we did it. I'm not sure. It was late last night. Or not late, but it was like 5. Oh shoot, that's what I forgot to do. Shoot. Parspa with clamshell legs, or clamshell feet, or clamshell knees. So Parsa Bakasana with your feet together, knees apart. Uday is like, what class did I join today? He's like, what have you guys been doing? Right, so it's like totally different. It's like your feet are pressing together, so you've got that internal, internal thigh on, but like you're externally rotating and you're in a twist, right? We just threw everything at you in the kitchen sink. Yeah, Hanjali, yeah, that's it, right? It's totally different set of muscles because you're in Parspa. Normally we're internally rotating our legs, but now we're in Parspa with an external rotation. So we have to do it on the other side so we make sure we're balanced. Right, so we're in Parspa Bakasana, side crane. And now with the feet together, and external rotation, your hips go up, but from a different muscle group. Right, so like when I Parspa here, side crane. Uday's actually just sitting there watching us. He's like, I don't know what this is. But that's it, right? So like just a whole bunch of,
Yeah, it's pretty much.
It was a good class today. I think it's a good class today. All right. So Badakanasana.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch the recording. Yeah, I'll try to
post it. I remember to post it. But you can at least you got to see the fun stuff, right? So butterfly pose, flap, 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 flap it out. Lift the heart center. We'll come into pigeon. We'll take the right leg out, extend the left leg long, draw the chest forward, down, fold. But yeah, today we worked a lot on twists and obliques, but like kind of a twist in a different way, right? We did twist, but it was a very active twist versus doing twists to open up our low back, which is, we did twists, but twist was with a concentration of actually activating through your obliques a lot to get to these arm balance twists. Because there's one thing to twist to open up and lengthen your low back. That's what it requires, the length. That's step one. But step two, you really need to also add the oblique strength and the crunch in order to get to, you know, the arm balances that have that twist. So come on and bring your left leg forward. So into Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. You can also take the bent knee, take that in half lotus if you wish. As we have done in the past year, 2 years, 10 years, done a lot of hip opening, and you can see like normally I can't do lotus, but now with all the work that we've been doing together, I can get to a half lotus and decently reach to the outside of my left foot. So a lot of the opening, the strengthening. I mean, my hamstrings are way open than I've ever had it, right? With all of the strengthening of the hip flexors that we've done. And then switch sides for pigeon. So left foot in front, send the right leg back. We'll do pigeon on the left side. Kind of just open. Inhale, come on up, swing it around. For head to knee pose, take the half lotus if you wish. Sometimes a transition to half lotus is you can put a block underneath your knee. That sometimes can help as well, or like a blankie. Come on up. And then opening up all of the crunching that we did. Bridge pose, supported bridge pose, wheel, shoulder stand, plow, any of those, right? Whatever you can do some or all. So bridge pose, great to open up all the crunching. You can do supported bridge with the medium side of the block, or even if like tall side of the block doesn't feel good on my back. I sometimes use my bolster. I love my yoga wheel. I love my yoga wheel. Like my yoga wheel is I can't get the shoulder opening and the back opening the way that I can with my yoga wheel. Like with some other prop, I can't. It just doesn't really compare. So if you're done with bridge, you can do wheel. We did not work on opening shoulders today, so the wheel probably will feel tight because we didn't work on that today. I'm curious to see how wheel feels with the fact that we spent a lot of time. I'm just going to open up my shoulders so I don't pull something. But I'm interested to see how wheel feels. Now, internally rotate your legs. If you're in wheel, internally rotate your legs. right? Because we did a lot of, the past couple weeks, we've done a lot of awareness around internal and external rotation of the legs. And how that's, I mean, your internal rotation is your fifth muscle of the core, right? So if you're in wheel, internally rotate your legs. See, like I immediately get a couple more inches higher. When I internally rotate my legs, I feel like, oh wow, I can get more lift. Because those are your muscles turning on. So even though today we didn't work on our shoulders, we're going to get that extra space and that opening from the activation of our internal rotation of our legs. We did a lot today. Uday, either you were really smart to skate it at the very end, or like, oh, I missed out. Hopefully it's I missed out. But I'll post the recording as soon as it finishes processing. If you would like, today would be a good day to take legs up the wall, right? Find your wall and just take legs up the wall. Great. Okay, you need to be quiet for 2 more minutes, okay? That's not being quiet, honey. You're allowing gravity to just allow everything to just kind of pull down and feel like the lightness in your legs. And inflating and inhaling through the low belly. Opening up the chest, opening up the lungs. Toss the arms overhead. Exhale. And bring the arms down by your side. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, emptying out all of the air. Pause, hold, take your arms overhead. Then inhale. Exhale, lower the arms down.
Mom, can you not be so loud?
Pause, hold, toss the arms overhead. Then inhale. Exhale, lower the arms down by your side. Pause, take the arms overhead. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, roll over to one side, allowing all of the blood to drain. Slowly pressing yourself up to seated. Rooting your sit bones into the earth. Inhaling, arms overhead, clasping palms together. Exhale, drawing them heart towards the center. Bowing forward, namaste.